high level. Okay, hello everyone, it's Poga time. All right, so we're gonna start in a seated position. You don't have to sit like me. This is just how I sit. You can sit however you want to sit. We're gonna take a few minutes to just arrive here on the mats and our bodies and the practice. And the other point of sitting here is that when you first sit, you know, there's a lot of feelings. Mostly it's uncomfortable to sit on the floor a lot of times, right? So we're just gonna sit with that. That's an important thing. Just let things be as exactly as they are. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, you may do so. Otherwise, having a soft, steady gaze at the top of the mat. Taking in a few cleansing breaths. So these are in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then letting the breath settle into its natural rhythm. Taking the time to notice sensation in the body, so physical sensation, what might be trying to get your attention. Really good information, right? We're just gathering information, doing our best not to be judgmental, but just noticing. And then moving into the more subtle regions of our experience, how we might be feeling energetically. So are we feeling sluggish or happy, somewhere in between? And then noticing the mind, the thoughts that you're having, the quality of your thoughts. Are you feeling like there's a lot on your mind or pretty clear, somewhere in between? Maybe you're feeling like all of the thoughts are more on the right side or the left side of the brain. Just taking in these observations. And then finally taking in the emotional sensations that might be present with you. Maybe feeling a little flutter in the heart, a little anticipation. Maybe you're pretty calm. Maybe there's some sadness. Maybe there's some nervousness. And just noticing whatever comes up. Six. So now we know everything we're working with today. On the inhale, arms come high over the head, look up. Exhale, press palms together, chin to chest, hands to heart. 2 more times. Big sweeping arms, reach, stretch. Bring the hands to interlace and some waves to the wrists. Loose. Change direction. Okay. Stretch the palms out towards the knee. On the inhale, reaching over the head, back bend. Exhale, reach forward, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Good. A few more rounds. Inhaling up. Exhale, reach forward, not down. Reach forward. Yeah, rounding the upper back. Good. A few more. The next time that the arms are up over the head, release the right fingertips down and reaching over into a lateral bend. So press into the right fingertips to press the left sit bone down. So you feel this heaviness on the left side of your butt. And then through that, you're anchoring through the left side of your butt and then reaching up through that side body. So it's this really nice balance of feeling securely grounded down, right? But then having this length, reaching up from that space. Good. The inhale brings both arms up over the head. Exhale the second side. Always this balance of effort and ease, a balance of groundedness, but then this reaching and stretching. So we need both. But I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. Inhaling to bring both arms over the head. Exhale to twist to the right side. Instead of leaning back to find the ground, tend the fingertips, stay tall. Spine is perpendicular to the ground. Left arm comes across. Yep. Yeah, and if you still can't reach the ground with the fingertips without leaning back, take the hand and just put it on your low back. So we're looking for length up through the spine, not leaning. Yeah, relax the shoulders down. Good. The inhale brings both arms high over the head, reach up. Exhale, second side twist. You can relax your legs just a little bit. Notice if you're kind of clenching and gripping. See if you can just let that go a little bit. Just relying on gravity to keep you grounded. The inhale brings arms up. Exhale, plant the hands out in front of you, lift the hips, tabletop position. And bring your block over to the side, out of the way. All right, option to flip the palms 180 degrees. Cat-cow in here, inhale to lift the hips, arching through the spine, chest, and gaze lifts. Exhale to tuck the tail under, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Good, so spinal extension happening on the inhale. Spinal flexion happening on the exhale. See if you can initiate the movement of the spine from the pelvis. So everything originating from the rocking of the pelvis, and that wave then moves up the spine to the crown of the head. Good, returning to neutral. If you flip the palms, flip them around, a little shake in between. Bring the knees wide, big toes stay together. Sit the hips back to the heels. Stretch the fingertips towards the top of the mat, so you're elongating the sides of the body. Heavy through the hips, hips heavy to the heels. Again, you're finding this contrast, right? This heaviness and compression happening in the low body. And then this length and light and stretch and openness happening in the upper body. Inhaling to lift yourself back to your table, knees come under hips. On your inhalation, you're going to lift the right arm up high, look up. Exhale, reach the arm under the left arm, but don't bend the left elbow, don't bend. Good, reach up on the inhale. And exhale to twist. Good, a few more times. Inhaling, really bringing that shoulder blade towards the spine. Exhale, keep the left arm straight as you bring the shoulder blade away from the spine. Good, one more time. This time, bend the left elbow, drop the outside of the shoulder all the way down, ear touches the mat, slide the left hand up to the top of the mat so you're looking underneath your armpit twist. Good, big open breaths. The bigger breaths you have, it's gonna help you get more open more quickly in your practice, right? So if your breathing is really kind of small and like compressed and kind of little sips of air, right? That's gonna keep you from getting the space that we're looking for. Good, bring the left hand back in front of the face. On an inhale, press up, reach up. Exhale to plant the hand. Nice, second side. The inhale initiates the reach. Exhale to reach under, but keep the right elbow straight. Good. Isolating the mid and upper back, thoracic spine. This is our posture muscles, right? What allows us to keep the heart open, The shoulders down and back. Good. This time, thread the needle, drop the outside shoulder, bend the elbow, and then slide the arm up. Breathing into all the nooks and crannies. And just recognizing that we all have some chronic tightness in our body that even when we're like sitting on the couch watching a show and we're like, oh, I feel pretty relaxed. Like there's probably parts of our body that are actually activated when they don't need to be. This is for many reasons that we can't get into here. But our practice offers us this opportunity to go into those places and give the permission, recognize and give the permission for those places in the body to relax. Hand comes back in front of the face on an inhale, reach up with the left arm, look up, and the exhale brings us back down. Nice, walking the hands out about a palm length. We're going to inhale, start to glide forward, a gentle drop of the hips. Good, you control that. Exhale all the way back to child's pose. This is our first, kind of using the, good, inhaling to sweep the body up. First, more intense back bend, so you want to be really, really mindful. Bring your back then, transition to downward facing dog, tuck toes, lift hips and knees. Good, and then walking out the dog as you're here. Good, then find stillness, a little bend in the knees, heels be off of the mat. We're prioritizing the length of the spine by pressing the chest towards the thighs. Ears are framed by the biceps. Very nice. Lifting the right leg high. Good. Stretch it back. Let the left heel maybe drop here a little bit more than it did before. Good. Look to the top of the mat and then bring the right foot to the top of the mat, to the outside of the pinky. Dropping the back knee down, top of the foot comes down. Pouring weight into the left hand, press your hand into the inside of the right knee. Your foot might rock onto its side. If that happens, let it happen. If it doesn't, don't force it. And then look over the right shoulder. Good. Pressing into that supporting hand, so we're not hanging on the shoulder joint, right? Really push away, creating space in the joint. One more inhale here. As you exhale, plant the hand. If the foot had rocked onto its side, bring it back around. Inhale here, and as you exhale, send the hips back into a half split. Now you can adjust your hands, your hand position here to feel more stable. We're just basically looking for a stretch in the front hamstring. As we are confronted with any intense sensation, we breathe deeper, not more shallow. Even though your instinct is going to probably be to hold your breath, right? Just, oh God, it should be over soon, right? No. Really breathe deeply into it. Good. Rocking the weight forward, returning to that long, low lunge. Tuck back toes under, lift the knee, downward facing dog. Good, lifting the left leg high, really stretching back, engaging the back leg, reaching, really active, a lot of energy. Good, maybe the right heel drops more than it could when both legs were down. Good, look ahead to the top of the mat and bring the left foot to the outside of the pinky, one or several steps to get you there. Pouring weight into the right hand, press into that palm, getting really tall. And then the left hand presses into the inside of the knee, looking over the shoulder. Good. Taking length in the neck. One more inhale here. When your exhale comes, come back to center, plant the hand, and then rocking the weight back to find the stretch in the hamstring. back, so that or walks forward, so we're in that low lunge. Plant the hands downward facing dog. Good. From here, walking your hands back to your feet, coming to the back of the mat. Hanging over the legs, clasping onto opposite elbows, bending the knees enough so that your belly is making contact with your thighs somewhere. Kind of pressed, like a little sandwich. Good, making the head a little nodding, yes, a little ragdoll, side to side, trusting the strength and stability of your legs. And letting the upper body just do its own thing. Good. Finding stillness, releasing the elbows on an inhale, halfway lift, keeping the bend in your knee, find a flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk out to plank. Good. Dropping the right knee down, open yourself up to a side plank with the top leg lifted and the arm lifted. Yeah, so that bottom leg, yeah, exactly, you got it, is acting as a little kickstand out behind you. Good. On the inhale, you're going to reach over your head with the arm and then tap your toe down. Exhale, return to that half star. 2 more times. Last one. One final inhale here, and as you exhale, downward facing dog. Walking hands to feet. Fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to plank. Good. Drop the left knee, open yourself into your side plank. Top arm and leg lifted. Steady here, steady breath, steady mind. The inhalation will bring the arm and leg over the top line, creating this arc. And the exhale brings you back to the half star. Good, a few more times. Stretching that top line of the body, last one. Final inhalation here, and as you exhale, finding downward facing dog. Very nice. Walking feet to hands now, coming to the top of the mat. Fold over the legs. On an inhale, halfway lift, finding the flat back. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, rise to stand through that flat back. Bend your knees, press down to lift up, arms go over the head. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Feet are under the hips, a little softness in the knees, neutral pelvis, rib cage stacked right over the pelvis, shoulders down and back, a lift in the heart, created by a little tension between the shoulder blades. Good. The inhale lifts arms high. Exhale, clasp onto your right wrist, pull yourself to the left. Hold and breathe in your side bend. Think about bringing your backs of your arms back behind you more. So instead of hanging here, we're really stretching open, noticing where the head and the neck is. If you're kind of falling through, bringing yourself into alignment, finding the breath. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Feeling the grip down through the feet, the strength in the legs, right? The full body here. Trying to get away from this idea of compartmentalizing all the time, right? Just noticing the whole body here with you, supporting the posture. Good. The inhale brings the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Left leg steps back on an exhale. Drop the back knee down. Top of the foot comes down. Take a look, knee over the front ankle. Good. And inhale, we'll bring both arms up over the head. Nice. Holding here. So noticing 2 opposite energies here. So the low body is moving forward and down. The upper body is moving up and back, right? So we exist in the center. If both energies are equal, we will be balanced here. Nice. Dragging the arms down, elbows come towards the hips, engaging the lats. Hold here. So like you're doing a lat pull, like you have a bar in your hand and you're driving that bar down. Yeah, so a lot of energy here, energy through the hands. Inhale, reach up. 2 more times, drag it down. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, pull that bar down. Inhale, hands together in front of the heart. Exhale to twist to the right side. So if you cannot get your upper arm to the outside of your thigh, that's okay. You can open your arm and that'll give you a little bit more space. Yeah, very nice. From here, option to tuck the back toe and lift the back leg up. If you take this option, engage the back leg a lot. So your quad and your glute are engaged. Press arm into leg, leg into arm, twist, twist, twist. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One final inhalation here. As you exhale, lower the back knee down. It's lifted. Very nice. We'll unwind, reaching arms up and over the head. And then come to downward facing dog. Inhale, walks feet to hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, rise to stand, press down into your feet. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold, push your butt back, swan dive. Halfway lift on an inhale. Right leg steps back on the exhale. Drop the back knee. Nice, untuck the toes. Good, and inhalation will bring arms up and over the head. It's good, so energy, low body moving forward, upper body moving backward. Yeah, very nice. Inhale here, as you exhale, drag the arms down. 2 more times. Inhale, palms touch. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. Once you have that twist, draw your shoulders down onto your ears. Press top palm into bottom palm, creating tension to create stability. If you would like, you can tuck your back toes under and lift the back leg. Good. Rigid through that back leg. Nice. Finding the softness and the space in the breath. Lowering the back knee if you have lifted it. On an inhale, reach arms up high over the head. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, feet come to the hands, top of the mat. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise to stand, bend your knees. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, sit down into chair. Yes. Big inhale here, reach, reach, reach. Exhale to swing the arms back behind you. 2 more times. Inhale high. Exhale behind. Inhale high. Exhale behind. Inhale, hands to heart, settle. Good. Coming up to the balls of the feet, lower down 2 inches. Nice. Creating a burn. In, lift the heels higher. Lift those heels. Okay, thank you. Very good. Yeah. I know, it should suck. If it sucks, you're doing a really great job. All right, good. On your inhale, press through the balls of the feet, reach over the head, come as tall as you can on the balls of your feet. Good. Last inhalation here. As you exhale, drop the heels, swan dive down. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, left leg steps back. Big step, right knee is stacked over, or left knee stacked over the left ankle, pouring weight into your right hand, reach up linger. Other way. Wait, no.
We're backwards.
I'm backwards.
Wait, am I backwards?
Well, you said.
Oh, sorry, my. Yeah, other way. Other way. There you go. Nice, now we're walking. Great. Wonderful. Nice. Taking the left or the right hand, bend the elbow and place your forearm on your thigh. Yeah, very nice. We're gonna open the back hip a little bit, just enough to plant the foot. So the foot's gotta plant, so you're gonna have to open it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. Nice, and we're gonna come into extended side angle. So that means that the top arm is gonna come over the top of the body, and the bicep frames the ears. Very nice. Good, so the challenge here is to release the weight on the arm and hold yourself in this position with your core. Because when you're in the boat, you can't lean on the gunnel with your elbow, right? You're gonna be in this position on your own. Very good. On an inhale, warrior two, just lift the upper body. Arms come to shoulder height, that's it. Very nice. Straighten through the front knee, reverse your warrior. Good. Nice. Return to warrior two arms, but do not bend your knees. Very good. Reach out over the horizon. So hinging at that hip as much as possible. This is a great time to use a block, by the way, coming into Trikonasana triangle pose. So from this position, the arms rotate and we're in triangle. Yeah, so the front leg is basically straight. If you need a little bend, that's okay. It doesn't have to be locked. Good, but same challenge here by squeezing the back leg here. Really make sure your legs are engaged. Let's mess around with using the core. So we're gonna take the right hand, we're gonna bring it to the outside hip. Very nice, good. And then think about the top bottom rib going a little closer to the top hip. So we're not arcing. There's not a curve in the top line, right? This is a triangle. Last time I checked, there are straight lines, right? Good. On the inhale, return, shoulders over hips. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior two. Very nice. One more time into our side angle, bending the elbow, reaching over the head. Good. Option this time to take the bottom arm over the head. Yeah. Squeeze your legs. Don't focus on your arms, focus on your legs and your core. Good, look down, plant both the hands, lift the back heel, high plank position. Everybody drop down to the knees, keep the toes tucked. It's an inhale to lower, elbows hug in. Exhale, press up. 3 more times. Inhale, lower. You're not going all the way down, halfway down. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Last one. Down and facing dog. Good. Inhale to bring feet to hands. Exhale to fold over the legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Bend the knees. Press down to lift up. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Very nice. Second side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Right leg steps back on the exhale. Good. Pouring weight into the right hand. Am I correct this side? And lift up with the other arm. Nice. Squeezing the back leg. Shoulders out of the ear. Sliding the shoulder blades down the spine. Very nice. Nice. Square the shoulders and bend the elbow. Press it into the top of the left thigh. And then plant the back foot. Good. Coming into extended side angle, top arm comes over the head. Good. Squeezing the back leg. Back leg is straight, front knee is over front ankle. We're creating a straight top line through the body. Good. Very nice. Option to take the weight off of the thigh, reaching the fingers towards the outside of the foot. Nice, without collapsing onto the hip, right? So we're still keeping this integrity through the top line. It's an inhale to press through the back leg, rise up. Exhale, warrior two, settle. Straighten through the front knee, reverse your warrior. Good. Relaxing the back arm, letting the heat just drain right out of it. Returning to warrior two, arms without bending the knee. Nice. And then reach out over the horizon as far as you can, hinging at the hip. And then the arms will rotate, coming into Trikonasana triangle pose. Back hip is open, squeezing the top glutes. Finding the breath. Not just waiting for it to be over, we are really here. Present, present, present. It's an inhale to come up. Exhale, bend the knee. One more time into extended side angle. Bringing the arm down, arm comes over the head. Option this time is to reach the arm over the head if you'd like to try. Good. And again, we're breathing and you're squeezing the legs. Don't focus on the arms. There's nothing to not help you if you're focusing on the arms. You've got to focus on the legs and the core and the breath. Good. Look down, plant both the hands, lift the back knee. Good. High plank position. Good. Drop to the knees. Good. 4 push-ups. Now listen to what I'm going to say to you right now. I don't want you focusing on the arms. I need you focusing on the core. So I need a flat back. That means that we're not having this cute little Instagram booty. Okay? Nobody cares. Tuck it under. All right? Ugly butt tuck. All right? It's not pretty. That doesn't matter. So I want you to tuck the tail under a little bit. Bring the ribs in. This engages the core. That's all I want you focusing on for all 4 of these push-ups. That's it. Just that. Keep that braced. Inhale, half down. Exhale, rise. 3 more times. One. Downward facing dog. Walking feet to hands. Fold over the legs. Good. Halfway lift. Exhale, right leg steps back. Good, and then open yourself into a wide-legged forward fold, let your head come down. Wide-legged forward fold. If you have tight hamstrings, it's actually better to go wider than to go less wide, narrower, that's the word. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Top of the head going towards the ground. Right. Notice, are you gripping? Are you like, right? Can you breathe into that? Creating space, softness. Good. On your next inhalation, halfway lift. We're going to walk the feet towards each other until they're in a good spot for a yogi squat, and then drop right in. Great time to use a block underneath. So your toes are to be turned out. You need to be a lot wider with your feet. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you're having struggle to get your feet down, it's usually just because you're too narrow or you're not giving yourself enough external rotation of the hips. Yeah, that's normally what it is. Yeah, you can sit on it. Yeah, and just bring your feet out away from your body more. Yes, both. Yes, yes, yes. There you go. Yes, nice. Good. So now we're here, we're pressing the elbows into the inside of the knees and we're opening up the heart as much as we can, right? So again, we're not just like in this position like, God help me, you know, like we're good. Good, right? We're breathing. Good, look over your left shoulder. Oh, you're facing me. Okay, don't look over your left shoulder. Everybody else look over your left shoulder, plant the hands, send it back to me. Good. And here we all are, dropping down to the knees, untuck the toes, lower all the way down to the mat, bringing arms by your sides, making a mermaid tail. So that means that your legs are completely sealed up, like you're zipping up the insides of your legs and feet. On your inhale, peel the chest off the floor, lift the arms. And if you'd like, you can also lift the legs coming into back bend, squeeze your butt. We are lifting not by arching through the low back, but by squeezing the shoulder blades in and down, that lifts the chest, and by squeezing your butt, which extends the hips. This is how we do it, and you gotta breathe. Good, try to lift your thighs off of the mat without bending your knees. Lift your thighs without bending your knees, yeah, nice job. On your exhalation, lower down, hands come on your forehead, left cheek to the mat, rock side to side. Oh. Good, relax, back bend here, forehead comes center. This time arms will be in a W position. So seal up the legs, good, on an inhalation, lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the legs. Very nice, now you can stay static, or if you'd like to make it dynamic, we're gonna do 5 breaths. The inhale is gonna bring the arms over the head. Exhale, drag the elbows to the hips, just like we were doing in our low lunge. Inhale high. Exhale low, squeeze, inhale high. Exhale. 2 more times. Squeeze your tush. Last one. Good, hands down, legs down, right ear down. Oh. Bend at the knees, windshield wiper. Loosen up the back. Good, lower the legs, forehead comes center, hands under shoulders, pressing back to child's pose, easy, slow. Keep the knees really wide. So let the arms be heavy. So you don't need to like reach high over the head, just let the arms rest down. Breathing into the belly. And lifting up to the knees, we'll crisscross with the ankles. And come into our bones, you're gonna need your block. We have 3 iterations of the boat pose today. Keeping your block in between the knees, flexing through the ankles. Give that block a good squeeze. And make sure that your ankles are not close in, right? We've got this straight line best we can. These blocks, you have a good thick block. These are like a little too thin, but that's okay. So reaching out, lift the chest, finding good posture. You're gonna lean back, opening the ankle in the hips until you find it challenging. And then we've got an 8-second count, right? But it's me counting, so just keep that in mind. All right, so we're gonna go back. So you're finding where it might be. Okay. Pretty challenging here, I think. Yeah, okay. 8, Mississippi, 7, Mississippi, 6, Mississippi, 5, Mississippi, 4, Mississippi, 3, 2, Mississippi, 1, Mississippi. Come on up. Bring the legs wide. And go forward. A little break. Good, that's it. Come on up. All right, so next we have the option to lift the heels off of the ground. You don't have to take that option. You can do what you just did. Otherwise, you're going to find that sweet spot. This is the sacrum. It's a little flat spot on the pelvis where it allows us to balance. Arms are out. If your heels are lifted, they are as high as your knees. They're as high as your knees, no exceptions. Very good. Now we're going to start to open the angle of the hips till it is hard. Yeah, okay, here we go. 8, Mississippi, 7, Mississippi, 6, Mississippi, 5, Mississippi, 3, Mississippi, 2, Mississippi, 1, Mississippi. Come on up. We are in our last variation, so this is gonna be dynamic. You can do any of the variations 2, 4 seen, 4, 2, 4, 7, that you've seen earlier. Here 2, 4. This sounds insane. Is that real? Oh, I have been reading, I've just listened to Middlemarch, that book, like literally 3 times in a row. So I think that's why I'm talking like that. Okay. Incredible book, incredible piece of literature. So this time, if you're gonna do this, oh, sorry, I already messed it up. So you're gonna have your block, you're gonna be squeezing it between your hands, good. So we're gonna be squeezing, but try not to round too much, right? Try to keep nice posture. We got a little bend in the elbow. So this is really good practice because we need to be able to put this pressure on without losing our posture, right? Because this pressure is the pressure that we feel on the paddle, right? We need to be able to keep good form, good posture here. All right, so we're gonna lean back, get option to lift. Very good. Good, heels up. All right, very nice. And now we've got 8 rotations. So we're gonna rotate. Nobody can go faster than me. 2. Smooth and slow. 1. Nice. Very good. Cool. All right, final hard thing that we have to do is a reverse tabletop or plank. It's up to you. I'll show you both. And you can do the one that you want to do. I actually have 3 variations. If you cannot do either of these, like if your wrist just can't handle it, then I'll show you a different variation. So palms are this way, so your pinkies are facing your butt. It can be a little bit of a variation of that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Heels are pretty close to your bum because as you press up, you want your knees to be directly over your ankles. Do not go yet. Okay, great. So the point here is to get your knees, hips, and shoulders at the same height. So if you're here, now this is a really good indication that your glutes don't fire fully. Because when your glutes purpose or your glutes is to extend your hips. So if you're here and you're like, this is all I've got, right? Your glutes are not fully on board, right? It's a good information to have. I'm not saying it to be critical, it's just good information to have. So if you can do this and you're like, oh, this is like kind of all right, then you can do the plank, okay? But only if you can do the reverse bridge, okay? So, or the reverse tabletop. So the reverse plank is the same thing. It's just lengthening the levers, which makes it harder. Again, if you're kind of like drooping down, probably it's not the one for you. If you're like, this is way too much on my wrist, I cannot do this, then you are gonna come into a bridge, walk your arms together, and you're gonna be here. Right, so it's all about opening the top line of the body, engaging the back line of the body, which is the exact opposite thing we just did. That's why we're doing it. Okay, cool. So wherever you end up, you're going to do 6 breaths. You're going to count your own breaths, and then you will slowly lower down and you come onto your backs. Okay, so you count to yourselves. Good. If you're here, look down your midline. So don't try to, because this you have to hold your head. Get your head into a position if it works for you, where you're just, yeah, nice. Not too bad. Yeah, keep squeezing your butt. Every breath, squeeze, because you're gonna start to lose it. That's normal. Just keep squeezing the cheeks, opening the hips, lifting, lifting, lifting. I'm just going off of your breath. I'm not counting, so good. Nice. Come on down to your backs. We're gonna block with you. You're gonna scoot it underneath the sacrum, coming into a little supported bridge. Bringing your arms up into cactus. We'll take a few breaths here. Starting to cool down. Straighten out just your right leg out, let it rest. A little stretch through the top line. Bring that right knee in, plant the foot, other side. Planting the left foot, bring it in. Right ankle on top of the left thigh. You can hang right here, or you could bring the legs in towards you. The block gives you a nice little assist. And unwind and then rewind. Planting the feet, pressing into the feet just enough to lift the hips to remove the block, lower down nice and slow. And then hug the knees in. A little gentle rock side to side. And then let the knees go all the way over to the right side, supine twist. Arms come out in a capital T. Big inhale here as you exhale, coming through center, and setting yourself up on second side. Here, the exhale, bringing through center, and then we are going into a Shavasana. We have a little time. So we'll be here for about 3 minutes or so. And you can think of Shavasana as like an integrating time or like a downloading time, right? You know how your computer, like when you get new software and then your computer has to like shut down and then it starts back up again. You can think about Shavasana in this way, right? You just did a lot of new input, right? A lot of new downloads, a lot of new neurological pathways introduced, and now you are allowing all of that to integrate. So you need to shut down, be quiet, and be still. And just let it happen. You don't have to try. That's the best part about yoga. You don't have to try to make it happen. It's gonna happen. Right? So your job is to just be still and quiet. Down. Small signs of life return to the body through fingers and toes, waggling ankles, rolling wrists. And eventually the arms will reach over the head for a big stretch. And rebooting now. Coming back online. And then the knees hug in, rocking over to the right side into the fetal position. Almost ready to be functioning, but not quite. Crafting yourself into an upright posture, the same seated posture that we started with. Take a moment to notice the experience of the physical body. Maybe some shifts and changes from the beginning of class till now. Noticing the breath. Is it more spacious, less spacious? Taking time to observe. Noticing the quality of the mind, your thoughts, what you're thinking about, but also just how the thoughts are showing up. Are they a flurry? Are they calm? The emotional experience. Not grasping for anything, but just taking notes if something's there, acknowledging it. Bringing hands to heart and taking a moment to honor all of these parts of ourselves, these parts that made it through class, and honoring our body for getting us through the challenge. And gratitude, not just to ourselves, but those who practice with us, gratitude to Dragon Heart Vermont for creating this community and this space where we can practice. And of course, we thank and honor all the teachers who walked the path before us, handing the teachings down so we may come out of the darkness and into the light. And with this heart full of gratitude, we lift the chin, open the eyes. I close class with Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide in your yoga practice. It's such a pleasure and a little bit of fun. And thanks to those who joined from home. We've got Ellen. Oh, and there's Karen. Fabulous.